Okay, so a nice simple English oak bed. This is actually made of local English oak, and the slats are ash. And the colouring, the kind of stain, was done with Odies and their pigments, which I'll show you at the end, and I'll put a link in the description. It's a really natural colour. It looks fantastic and it's really easy to apply. So this is a load of English oak that I got, which was cut from a tree around about a mile from my shop. I had quite a lot of it. I've used a lot up since the fire, rebuilding the shop and all the stuff, but there's still quite a bit left. I'm going to be laminating this for the sides. So most of my furniture starts with a drawing in Fusion, show that to the client for the scale and size, and then use that Fusion drawing to make my cut list. I've actually got a link in the description. You can buy the cut list with the Fusion drawing. If you don't have Fusion, there's a PDF with the breakdown of most of the components. So as I said before, we're using up a lot of the local wood that we had, so we're doing some laminating here for the big edge sides. It's all going to be solid oak, but it is laminated. So now we're laminating up the panels for the head and footboard. I'm going to do these extra thick for the design, so they're really chunky panels, but it just means that you get an even space front and back for the footboard, and it just makes it really solid. So if you've seen me make my beds before, I often do this 45 mitre on the top of the head and footboard. Again, laminating up, these are the panels, really thick panels. I think they come out at something like 40 mil, just to keep the spacing nice and even when you insert them in the footboard. I'm now cutting the grooves into the head and footboard for the panels to be recessed into. I get asked about this all the time. I think there's a link in my Amazon shop to this measure. It's a Bosch. I use it for all my internal measurements. It's really helpful. My saw's calibrated exactly the same, so I can use my digital stop on my saw and it will give me exactly the same measurement. So now it's just the same process for the footboard. Headboard's now finished and glued up. Just going to repeat this through for the footboard, get that glued up, and then we can move on to the next stage. So I make my beds with the Domino XL breakdown joint. It's a really strong joint for the beds. I find it much better than that kind of drop down 3 or 4 interlocking fingers that you can buy. And it really is solid. I've got other videos on the breakdown joint and how to use it if you want to look back through. Okay, so this is the Odis Pigment. I'll put a link in the description to the one I used. We've got a great dealer in the UK now. Speak to Ed if you need any more info on it. I'm sure he'll answer your email straight away. But I find this so easy to apply. It's a one coat system. You put it in with the Odies oil. In this case, it's the Super Duper oil, which is quite thin, really good for the bed. One coat of that with the pigment in. I did some samples for the client, different pigments and different tones, and then they selected this one. Really easy to work with. Workshop smells great. I've only got stuff on my hands. You don't need to wear any protection with Odies. I've got it on just so I don't have to keep washing my hands. So this is English Ash Slats. They're really, really solid, doesn't need any centre support, and we just put a screw each side of it, stainless screw, on site when we install. Okay, that just about wraps it up for this one. As I said, there are plans available on my website for this bed with a PDF drawing if you don't have Fusion 360. If you're a Patreon, then those plans are all included in your Patreon payments. So thanks so much for them for all their support. See you all on the next one. Please, if you like this video, like and subscribe and click the little bell button. Really helps. Any questions, ask in the comments and I'll get back to you. you.